the news is full of stuff about, what retirees, what's the top 5 things that a retiree needs to do or needs to know about, or, the top 5 mistakes that retirees make, or the top 5 things you need to do to be successful in retirement. And, in my mind, I would say that the top, right at the very top, number 1 in retirement is your health. Because in reality, if you don't have your health, nothing else really matters. Money doesn't matter. The house you live in doesn't matter. Not much matters unless you have your health. So I'm going to say that's the number 1 thing that you need in life in general, but mostly in retirement, is you need your health. And if you don't have your health and you're somebody that wants to travel, and you want to go to a foreign country, then the cost to do this when you have health problems can be considerably more. To get travel insurance and just peace of mind as far as that goes. And number 2, and you might not really agree with this one, I'm not sure, but a lot of times people think when you retire, the most important thing is having a whole whack of money in the bank. And you know what? Having enough money to pay your bills in retirement is important. But one of the most important things in retirement, especially when you're somebody that is maybe a lower income retiree, is you need to do your research and you need to understand how the tax system works. If you are bringing in a fairly high income in retirement, but you're paying a lot of taxes every year on that money, then you're basically wasting that money. And if you're a lower income senior, tax planning is number 1 on your list, because all the government benefits, whether it be the GIS, the GST rebate, the gains, GAINS benefit, which goes to extremely low income seniors, the dental benefit, which will probably come in force in about a year, is I believe another good reason why you need to do a lot of tax planning when you get into and before retirement, but especially once you get into retirement, because how you structure your monthly income and where that money comes from can be extremely important. I'm going to say number 3, when you think of what's gone on in the pandemic, it used to be the norm that people would sell their big house in retirement, take that money and invest it, and then they would go and rent an apartment. And I believe that scenario has somewhat been blown out of the water in the year 2023, and I'll tell you why. The housing market went up like crazy throughout the pandemic, and if you were one of the lucky ones to be able to sell your home when the market was at its peak, I believe that you probably were able to hit almost a one-in-a-lifetime situation in the housing market. I honestly don't believe that we will ever see the insanity that we did throughout the pandemic, where some houses doubled and tripled. I'm not sure if we'll ever see that again. But all that said, the situation we have now is, okay, fine, you can sell your house at a profit, and people did during the pandemic. But then you have to look at rent, even in where I live, Brantford, Ontario, is a one-bedroom apartment is around $1,500 to $1,700 a month, and you have to have a pretty substantial amount of money invested to get $1,700 a month from that money to pay that rent. And that might not be just the only expense you have when you're renting an apartment. Some apartments aren't net, so you could be paying $1,700 a month for your rent, and then you've got to add heat, hydro, and all the rest on top of that. Now, yes, if you own a home, you have property tax and heat and hydro and maybe internet and maintenance and upkeep. But the difference is, when you own your house, you have the ability to use your home to gain some income. Our situation is a purely good example of that. We have what you would call a granny suite in our basement, and it's basically a one-bedroom apartment. And we will be able to, if we need be, we will be able to rent that out down the road if we need more income to pay our house taxes and upkeep and so on, or if we just need more money to travel or for whatever need, we will be able to do that. And that is, in my opinion, not only important as far as cash flow in retirement, but the other thing is, a lot of folks found out throughout the pandemic that when landlords buy and sell properties, a lot of times they have the ability to ask the tenants to leave for a lot of different reasons. One of them, if they're going to renovate the unit, they can say that they're going to have a family member move into the unit, throw somebody out that way. They have evicto renovation, I think they call it, where they say they're going to renovate it. I think I said that one already. And you could go from paying, one rent to 25 or 30% more just because the person who owns the unit you're renting gets the permission to raise the rent. And as soon as one person leaves the property and another one comes in, then they are allowed to raise the rent. Now, if you're living in an older established building that's run by a big corporation, your chances of that are a little less, because they don't buy and sell those buildings, the same as somebody if they just owned a house or two, and rents can be more stable. But all that said, I don't know about you, but going into retirement, I don't think that I want to be moving every few years, packing up all my stuff and having to go to a new rental unit. So stability, in my opinion, is very important in retirement. Staying where you are and getting used to what you have and being content with that. So I believe that's very important consideration in retirement. And so those are some of the things that I believe are very important in retirement, and they are things to think about, definitely. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps it out a lot, and get more people get the ability to view my videos. And give me comments. I really enjoy the comments. If you don't agree with what I have to say, by all means, please comment, because that's how I learn. That's how I learn what videos people want to see. That's how I learn, what people think is going on in the world. And hit that like button. free. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.